Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be making a couple of quick cards with you, and I'm going to be using the Artistically inked stamp set from Stampin' Up. This is a cling stamp set and you get 12 stamps in the set, but it's part of this Expressions in Ink suite, which I'll just show you quickly. So this is the new annual catalogue that launched in May 2021, and it's featured on the inside front cover of this catalogue, and it's also featured on page 96 and 97, and the whole suite is here. So you've got the designer series paper, the stamp set, there are dies, you've got this additional ephemera pack which I've bought as well and I'm going to be using today. It really is beautiful. The colours, I just love the colours, all the pinks and the greens, that, you know, it's beautiful. So I'm just going to put the stamp set to one side for a minute and show you the papers. So these are the 12 by 12 double-sided designer series papers. One side of all these papers has got like gold foiling on. So this is all pinks and greens and peaches with the gold. And then the other side is this just kind of like water ripple kind of effect. And there's in the stamp set, there's a stamp that kind of creates this, and this is what I'm going to try and use today to make a couple of cards. So that's one set. Then this set is all green again with the gold, and this is the reverse side, so similar to the first one I've just shown you here, but without the gold elements and a little bit more white in the background. You get two sheets of all of these. Absolutely love this, the pink with the gold, and then again this kind of, you know, subdued watercolor splatter ripple effect. It's just beautiful. Same kind of design but using the greens and again with all the gold in it. I'm not sure how well you can, oh yeah, you should be able to see it there, but it's absolutely beautiful. And that's the other side. Then you've got the peaches and the greens with the gold. When you turn it over, you've got this all over green effect. Then you've got a gold and white stripe, which is always useful, and the peach on the background. So the colourways in this are Evening Evergreen, which is one of the new in colours for 2021. Just Jade, Magenta Madness, Mint Macaron, Pale Papaya, which is another one of the new colours. Pear Pizzazz, Polish Pink, Shaded Spruce and Whisper White. It's absolutely beautiful. Already showed you the stamp set. This is the ephemera pack, and this is gold die cut shapes and some iridescent sequins, which I'm not sure how well you'll see those. But then you've got all these gold die cut sheets, so you've got leaves and shapes. It's absolutely lovely, and each sheet is separated by a piece of tissue to protect it. And then I've also purchased these ombre gift bags. Now these again are in our 21 to 23 in colours. So you've got soft succulent, you've got pale papaya, fresh freesia, polished pink and evening evergreen, and these are just like paper bags, and I can't remember if these are food safe or not, but I was thinking you could maybe make up a couple of cards and pop them in here and just give it as a little gift. So that's something I'm thinking about doing today. So for today's cards, I'm going to make two cards. I'm using this design. I'm using both the flowers. I'm probably going to use the thanks because I always need thanks, and I've got the leaves. Now to save some time, I've actually pre-stamped and pre-cut some of the elements, and I'll explain to you what I've done. So basically I've taken this stamp, I've stamped it once in polished pink, which is one of the new colours, and then I stamped it again without re-inking it. So I've got like 2 shades of the same colour. I've done exactly the same with the small flower, and I've done exactly the same with the leaf. And this is the soft succulent, I think, from memory. I actually stamped these a few days ago and I've had them on one side. I've just never got round to doing the video. So what I'm going to do now is I've got a piece of our thick basic white cardstock, A4 cardstock, which I've cut down the middle on the short side to give me 2 A6 type cards. And as I said, I'm going to be making 2 at once. So I'm going to bring in my block, load up this design here from the stamp set, and I'm going to be using the soft succulent. So I'm going to ink this up, make sure it's nice and inked, and I'm going to stamp it kind of just below centre on this card. And then without re-inking it, I'm going to do this, stamp it again on the second card. And you can see that's paler. And that's the look that I'm going for. So now I've got the same card. One's first generation ink and the next one is second generation ink. I'm going to bring in the ephemera pack and I'm going to be using some of the die cut shapes. So these die cut shapes just all pop out, and there's little bits here that you can pull away. You could reuse those if you wanted to. I'm not going to use them on these cards. So my thinking is that I might put one like this, and then I might use this one on this card, or I might actually swap them. I might use the paler one on the dark Stampin and the dark one on the paler Stampin. And then there are leaves and things here, so I'm going to pop out some of these leaves. And as I say, these are all die cut ready on this additional pack. And you can see they're all here. It's a really good kit actually. And then I'm going to put the darker flower on the one with the paler background. I don't know how yet, I've not worked it out, but this is kind of what I'm thinking. And the paler flower on the background that's got the darker stamp. And then I'm going to tuck the leaves in. So again, the dark leaves are going to go with the dark one and the paler ones are going to go with the paler one. And then I'm thinking that I'm going to tuck some of the gold ones in as well. I'm going to stamp a greeting. So before I actually put this together, I'm just going to put those on one side. And I've got a piece of scrap card here. I'm going to bring in the thanks, because it's actually quite a big greeting. And I'm going to stamp that. And then I can work out how to lay out the actual cards. So I think I'll do this in the pale papaya as well. So it's kind of mostly in the pale papaya with the hint of the pink in the flowers and then the little bit of gold. So I'm going to stamp this on here. I'm going to cut this down. So I'm going to leave a bit of a gap in between where I'm stamping it. Going to bring in my guillotine and just chop this off and trim it down. I'm going to do the same with this one. I've not made these cards, I've literally just stamped the flowers and cut them out, and you know, kind of had this idea in my head but didn't know whether it was actually going to work or not. And then I think I'll kind of cut this on an angle just to give it a little bit more interest really. It's not any specific reason, and then I'm going to see how these are going to line up. So my thinking is that this will probably go down here, which means then I've got to work out where to put everything else. Yeah, so I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive just in a couple of spots on this card just to hold this in place, and then it'll get covered up with, I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals, so that will also hold it in place. So I don't know if any of you, have got this kit or not, but it is a pretty kit. As I say, I love this ephemera pack. I'm going to pop that one down flat behind there, so it just peeks out a little bit. Where's my greeting going to go again? My greeting's going to kind of go down here, maybe tucked under, and that's going to go on top. So I'm going to pop this up and just see, how it looks. It's not complicated. It's just simple stamps and ink. This one I think can pop up like so. So I need a dimensional on this side because the other side will overlap here. I can stick that down flat. So that's going to go something like that. And then I've got the gold that I can tuck in here. So just apply a little bit of glue on the back of the leaves and pop that in there so it kind of sticks out. That's one. I might add a few more details on it in a few minutes, but I'm going to do this similar kind of thing with this now. So again, I'm going to put the greeting down here. I'll start by putting the greeting on, I think, and then that'll give me a starting point. This can go in here. So again, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue for that to stick onto. And then any dimensionals I put on the back of the flower will kind of hold it in place. You're just going to see a little bit of the gold peeking out. That's fine. That's kind of all I want, really. So let's put some 3D foam on here. I've put a little bit of Wink of Stella on these flowers as well. I'm not sure how well you'll see it, but it's our kind of shimmer. I'll put that one in there. It's like a shimmer glitter. It's lovely. And again, I'll pop one dimensional on the right and just some glue on the left so that will overlap like so. Tuck the leaves in behind there, and then do the same with these, just a little bit of glue just on the leaves and pop them in behind, pop it in like so. So that's the two cards. So let's see what else can we do. We've got some little kind of dots in this stamp set. So if I bring in a little block and then maybe bring in the polished pink. Let's just see how these look. And we'll just throw in a few little dots here and there. Got a little bit of overstamping on that one, but it's fine. And then I've got some of these iridescent sequins that are in the kit. And these are self-adhesive. So I'll bring in my take your pick tool and grab a few of these and just kind of scatter them around. Put one over there, one over here, and one down here. So 2 cards made very simply with the Artistically inked stamp set. Now, what I could do, I could stamp the envelopes to match. Let me just bring the scrap paper back in and ink up the big flower in the new polish pink, and then I'm just going to kind of stamp on the envelope and half stamp off. So we've got a card and a matching envelope, and then I was thinking that I could utilise the envelopes, and if you put 2 cards and 2 envelopes, they should fit into the gift bag, and that would make a nice gift. And then you could cut a strip of the paper and make a belly band. That would make a nice gift. So 2 quick cards with matching envelopes, all made using the Artistically inked. As I say, the whole suite of product is on page 96 and 97 of the new annual catalogue. So I hope you like that idea. Please give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.